Imagine that suddenly, without warning, the Earth stopped spinning. No sound. No tremor. But within seconds, everything would change. A planet rotating at over 1,000 miles per hour at the equator, frozen in place. What would happen to the oceans, the air, to you? The Earth spins incredibly fast. At the equator, it's like a car traveling over 1,000 miles per hour. If it stopped instantly, all that inertia would be released at once. Everything not anchored to the ground would be thrown eastward: buildings, people, oceans. It would be like slamming the brakes on a car going 1,000 mph, in 1 second. The air around us is also moving with the planet. If the Earth stopped, the atmosphere would keep going. The result? Catastrophic winds sweeping across continents, stronger than any hurricane ever recorded. Buildings would collapse. Forests would be ripped from the ground. Most coastal cities wouldn't survive. Inertia would also affect the oceans. Massive volumes of water would surge eastward, triggering colossal tsunamis. Waves hundreds of meters high would swallow entire coastlines. Coastal regions would vanish within minutes. Cities like New York, Tokyo, and Rio de Janeiro would be submerged. Without rotation, one side of Earth would constantly face the sun, while the other would remain in eternal darkness. The sunlit side would face extreme heat, the dark side would freeze. The day-night cycle would vanish. Life, as we know it, would collapse. Only regions near the terminator line, the in-between zone, might remain habitable. The motion of Earth's liquid core, driven by its rotation, is what generates our magnetic field. If the planet stopped spinning, that movement would cease. Without the magnetic field, we'd be exposed to solar and cosmic radiation. Satellites would fail, global communication would collapse. And radiation could directly affect life on the surface. Earth's rotation creates a centrifugal force that slightly loosens gravity near the equator. If the planet stopped, that force would vanish. The result? Gravity would increase slightly, especially in equatorial regions. The human body wouldn't feel much, but the oceans would shift toward the poles, drying some areas and flooding others. Without rotation, Earth's global climate would collapse. Air currents, cloud formation, rainfall, and winds are all driven by the planet's movement. Regions under constant sunlight would become scorched deserts. Areas in perpetual darkness would freeze. Only the temperate zones between both extremes would offer any hope for survival. With the surface devastated, human survival would depend on underground structures. Climate-controlled bases, nuclear energy, and indoor farming would become essential. The planet would grow hostile. Subterranean civilizations might emerge, living in darkness, disconnected from the Earth they once knew. No days, no nights, no seasons, time itself would unravel. Earth would become a planet split between fire and ice. One side scorched by eternal sunlight. The other, frozen in endless night. A planet still orbiting the sun, but no longer spinning on its axis. A broken clock, at the end of time. With Earth no longer rotating, constellations would stop shifting across the sky. The night sky would become static, the same stars in the same positions, forever. This would reshape not only astronomy, but ancient mythologies and beliefs tied to celestial cycles. Time would become even more abstract, and the sky, a frozen calendar above us. Drastic climate shifts, natural disasters, and the loss of sunlight would wipe out thousands of species within weeks. Plants, animals, and microorganisms all rely on Earth's natural cycles. Oceans would freeze. Photosynthesis would stop. Only a few extremophile bacteria might survive, and only for a while. From afar, to a distant observer in space, Earth would look the same, blue, round, and silent. But beneath the surface, it would be collapsing. A haunting reminder that a planet's beauty can be deceiving. A world that looks alive, but is dead inside. Without days, nights, or seasons, the human mind would suffer. Our biology is tuned to cycles. Sleep disorders, depression, identity crises, and even social collapse would be inevitable. Humans were made to live in rhythm. And without rhythm, sanity begins to break down. What if we knew Earth would stop spinning? How would we prepare? We'd need underground structures, independent power sources, and artificial farming systems. Abandoning the planet might even become an option. We'd be forced to face a truth: we depend on motion to survive. The Earth's silent spin, unnoticed in daily life, holds everything in balance. When you look at the horizon, remember, you're rotating at over 1,000 miles per hour. Motion is life. And if it stops, all that's left is silence. The universe is bigger than we can comprehend. And its mysteries are only beginning. Every day, a new video awaits you here. If you're drawn to the unknown, then you're in the right place. Subscribe, and keep exploring the dark side of the cosmos with us.